Hello YouTube friends. Today I want to take you on my process of making a song out of a loop. So I started with my modular. I'm gonna describe a little bit the process of making a song and how I'm proceeding from the loop to the finished song. So what I have here is I hooked up the Westlicht Performer to the Ericson's drum sequencer. So they work together. So the drum sequencer does the drums and this is doing the voices. I started off with the endorphins further generator to make like a cool, a cool bass line thingy. With lots of modulation. And I can do on the fly some extra dirtiness to the sound. And this is the beats I put underneath it. Just like a simple 4 to the floor. I wanted to create like a banger. So just like a very slow bumping kick that drives the song. Okay, so we have the bass theme. And by the way, it's using like a 19 step scale. So it's like microtonal. So just keep that in mind because it might not be like a normal scale you're gonna hear. Then I took the Deckard's voice as a second voice and I created like another melody with it. And I can play a little bit with some sliders that I memorized. And after that I took the M303, the real acid machine, and I made a little sequence with that. So that's like a kind of a random sequence. And then all together it sounds pretty chaotic probably, but something like this. And the next step, what I normally do is then I'm gonna try to jam and see what I can do live to build the song. So what I soon realized is that the Deckard voice and the 303 had their own segment of the song, and the bass would have this separate segment of the song. To control that live, I put the endorphin further generator through a filter so that I can bring it out or bring it in and fade it out, so to speak. So I can morph between different parts of the song. So I'm gonna try to illustrate it now in a very short jam to make my point, so to speak. So you get the idea a little bit. And then so I had a basic idea of what I wanted to do with this song. And then I missed some percussion elements, for example, like cymbals and stuff like that. And I don't have it right now in my Eurorack system. So what I did was I grabbed my Digitact and put like the outs of my mixer on the Eurorack, and I put it into the Digitact and sync the MIDI to the Westlich Performer sequencer, and then I could basically add some rhythmic elements to it. So that's something like this. And a little kick. But then I thought I wanted to have some extra polyphonic elements in the song. So I grabbed the Medusa and I started to fiddle around to get like a cool sequence going on, sequenced by the Digitact, by the way. And then I came up with like a funny in-between jam. Let me see if I can dial that in a little bit, what I had. I ended up making a kind of ambient-y patch, and I can do this. To make it a little bit more microtonal. And I really started to like this kind of ambient-y jam. So I caught myself jamming with this for like half an hour, and that is also something that I encounter often, is getting lost in different ideas. And the whole thing is you add elements, and in the end you need to take away elements to get to the core of the song. So now with all the elements in play, I'm gonna do the next step. And the next step will be to take out all the individual voices, and I have here like modules that can take it from Eurorack levels to the normal audio levels, and I can patch it in my patch bay, and then it will come into my mixer. So I'm gonna do that now. So all the drums, all the voices will have their separate channels, and also the Digitact and the Medusa will be separately processed, and then I'm gonna add some effects and some compressors maybe, and then will come the final jam to record the song, because I like to record my songs live, and then normally it's like a 10-minute jam or something, and then I'm gonna chop the audio to the final song. So I'm gonna do that now, and I'm gonna check back tomorrow when I have my final setup for the final jam. See you in a bit. So it's a few days later now. It was quite interesting because I was trying to pick up this project, and then I ended up jamming and I lost the initial groove. That happens a lot, especially with Eurorack, when you start plugging different things in and then you eventually end up with something else. So what I basically did was I put all the separate voices here and put it in my patch bay to the mixer, added some effects and some compressors on the kick, and then I didn't like the double kick, so I ended up doing the single kick, and I didn't like the 303 synth line, so I changed it and I got rid of the Deckard's voice because it didn't add anything to the feeling. So I ended up with something else with a different feeling. That happens quite a lot when I make music, especially if I do it on multiple days. Then the vibe on a different day is completely different than what you started with. So what I normally did, at some point I was fed up with everything, and then I just stop and then do something else. And now I have created the habit to just record what I have and then put it in on the hard drive, and then in a month see what it if it's any good. Because the inner critic now says, oh, this is horrible, I just want to do something new. And it happened to me a lot that I regretted that after a while. So now I just record it, and then I'll see if I like it in the future. So Okay, so I will showcase some sounds that I have now. So this is the kick. These are separate now. If I do them together, it's, I don't know, it's a little bit too much. It goes through a compressor. This is, it has a little bit of the Game Changer light pedal on it. I like that effect so much. So we get that. And we have the Digitakt on some extra percussions. I put this one through an old Ibanez FX processor, which makes it even more dirty. And we have, of course, the acid line. Put some weird elevos on it that it creates a little bit of a roll once in a while. And I put it through the light pedal as well. And I've added some, of my Mooger Fooger pedals, the delay and the phaser, just slight. And I have the Medusa. For some ambient background. So it creates a different vibe than I had, but yeah, I'm just gonna record a jam with this and then we'll see if it's any good. So yeah, I'm gonna do that now and then I will put it behind this video with some visuals maybe. Okay, see you in the next video, bye.